Hey guys, RohanX17 here, and welcome to another episode of Why Is This Card Banned? Today I'm talking about Avarice's more powerful and well-known cousin, the Pot of Greed. Good old POG. Now, getting into this card, it is, I think, the shortest card text in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As you can see here, this is all it says. Like, no kidding. Draw 2 cards. That's all it does. Play the card, you get 2 more cards. Very simple. It's an immediate +1. You give up absolutely nothing. It's definitely an overpowered card that many people writhe at just hearing about it. Now, to avoid what happened in my Pot of Avarice video, I wanted to think about more different things I could talk about with Pot of Greed, because as it stands, it's really just a 30-second video, and I really don't want to do that to you guys. So, I'm debating whether to talk about this, and I've finally come to the conclusion that I will. So, let me get it out. I think Pot of Greed can come back. Oh boy. Let the flame war begin. So, yes. Pot of Greed is undoubtedly an incredibly powerful card. You play it, you get 2 more cards. It's a +1 that any deck can use. It is pretty much the pinnacle of what a staple is. I mean, it doesn't get any simpler or more stapley than Pot of Greed. I mean, the only deck I can think of that might not want to play this is like Infernity, but yeah, screw that. So, yeah. A lot of people argue that let me start over. The card, if it were to come back, I feel would be able to be picked up by everyone, as it has been printed multiple times. Was the only expensive variation of this card is going to be the ultimate rare from the Kaiba pack. That's going to be $20, $30 easy. The rest, it's not going to go more than 3 or 4. I mean, like, so anyone with a brain is going to be able to pick this up easy. Now, that brings up to the issue of people complain that when you get it, whoever gets to play this first is likely to win because they have all the card advantage and blah, blah, blah. Now, I'd like to address that Pot of Greed, you draw 2 cards. It's not CED, you're not blowing up the field. You're not going to be attacking them 200 per turn with a little purple bird for game. You're not going to play this and like, oh my god, Pot of Greed, I scoop. You draw 2 cards. That's what happens. It saves you and gets you your advantage back if you need it. It's not going to go through your hand. It's not going to add your deck to your hand like a certain spellbook card. It's not going to spam the field with a bunch of monsters like Gateway. It just draws 2 cards. That's all it does. It's not going to be Last Will. I mean, there's no way to really describe that. It's not going to stop you from playing cards. Well, okay, that's, I guess if your opponent's, you draw something good with it, but it's not Imperial Order. It's not going to be a card that'll stop you from playing anything. It's not going to return stuff banished like Defusion. It's not going to bring out unsaid evils out of your extra deck to wreck the game. You're just going to draw 2 freaking cards. This is, like I said, this is a very good card because it requires no thought process to play this. It's just a simple +1. I'm just trying to put across that this would not be the end of the world. It'd make the game a little faster, which, but I think it could definitely come back. Will it come back? Most likely not. I'm just saying that if it came back, it wouldn't be the end of the world. There's way worse draw card. I'd say for our current format, Graceful Charity would hurt us a lot more than Pot of Greed, because you can put stuff in your grave with Shaddoll, like off Shaddoll decks and stuff. So yeah, Pot of Greed. Now, I know I'm going to inevitably get flamed like crap for, I guess, as many people will watch this, but I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I think about this card. If you disagree, it's totally your opinion, man. But This is gonna be fun. Anyway, Zeronex. Well, if you like, comment, subscribe. If you like this video, if you disagree with me, then I don't know, do whatever you want, I guess. If you can think of some other reason for Pot of Greed, which you inevitably will, put in the comments. I like to hear other arguments, because I've heard all sorts of weird things for why Pot of... one guy in my local... I brought this up at my locals one time, which was a very huge mistake. One guy even went so far as to say magical stone excavation to just pull out cards out of your deck. But the whole point of Pot of Greed is to go plus. Using magical stone excavation to go into another pot will just be a -1, so... yeah, whatever. Anyway, Zeronex17, signing out.